I want to know where you belong really, because if you want to exude the journalistic, features, I think you must stay clear of the fanatism side. Because I think what is overtaking you now is that you are enjoying the fanaticism more than the journalistic thing. What you did for Stonebwoy at the TGMA was a fantastic journalistic work because you proved that with facts and figures. To me, I thought right after that you should have ended.
Ended what?
Ended his advocacy for Stonebwoy winning Artist of the Year. But you extended it, and there is nothing wrong with that. You can have a cordial relationship with artists, whoever that you want. But the moment it comes out, you create the impression that you are now part of the team or part of the camp. The moment you keep saying, I owe an allegiance to that particular artist, you are drifting from being a journalist to being a fanatic or a team member or a PR or something like that.
Right. Eja. Hey. Portfolio. Echo hits FM ene. Medofo na enyoma na echo so no. Question marks be brave ewo ho. Wan hwe ya betima dwene ho sa onte ase. Me wo ensem bia me pese me busa portfolio. Portfolio. First question me pese me busa oni. Eye dan na Stonebwoy ehu wo. Because allegiance nsem na all of a sudden abechechire wo no. Me dwene ho a mente ase. Eye promises ben ana yakangu asum. Apart from say Stonebwoy kobo show na oje visa amount. Hey yo, Stonebwoy enka ho asem ewo baabi ada. Se meboa, se Stonebwoy aka no asem bi na ebi a manhu a enidim. With all due respect, enidim obi mfamra comment section ase. Meba abontia be pacho. Stonebwoy enka ho asem da. Onye ho bibi ada. First thing I was all the show trimunie. Se Stonebwoy enka ho asem da. Na mom ade na wo ye no. Kona wo koma no. Adwuma na wo ye ma no e kan ho asem papa e support no during Ghana Music Awards na sebi oje awards no. Eno ene ma ni hu. Portfolio. Eni diem. Se no ene ma ni hu wa ma menka bibi wa ankyerɛw. Bible say unim die tienie o unim die e de obekɔ empanimfo anim. You're very careful. Obanyansafo yebuni benensem na meka no wonya badwemba wontemase. Eye bibi ane bie sa apono ne ma wo. Kwame Dadzie ka asem bi. Ose na nka oye adwuma ne nyina awie ye no. Na nka wo so o mani si wo ho a. Because adwuma na tema bie sa apono o ya ma wo. E ma sabi Stonebwoy anti hu jaya. Medofo, you have to be smart. You have to be smart. Say ukokan Stonebwoy asem, etimi a penetrate Stonebwoy camp. Ama Stonebwoy ko ba bia wudin na oba. Edi ebiem. I was so ye din na who say, "Hey! Empempenso anya me di maduru ni. Manu masem kwa research am ye about Stonebwoy. Etime bie puna ma Stonebwoy ntimi hu jai. Stonebwoy call platform bia obo mi di. Erade me da wase. Enimonyam ne ye nyame dia. De o ye no. Kamia ye say ase now no. Wa ma Stonebwoy abaye te se bosom bi. Wa ma Stonebwoy abaye te se nyame bi wo wani so. It's very wrong. Asema making se wonye badwemma. Wan hwe abeka se bia me kasa tia Stonebwoy. Never. Me need time to talk against anybody. Me need our time no. Ma trust our stage no. Ewa abrabom. Stonebwoy na anim. Asema making Stonebwoy na anim sema maker. Yamfa ni se Stonebwoy adwuma abie punu bia ma no. Oni artist bia kwaye enyum na blua. O ka se Stonebwoy ebe ka se now no sa artist no dia bibi Stonebwoy ene ne denden. Why Kumase for? Why portfolio? Why? Oka se Stonebwoy be jai de wo ye nyina say sa musician ne nkwa no ne koye nwom. And belong to say musician ne camp and one. There be Stonebwoy will focus say, hey, se metimi ne wan akwa nwom amanyom no artist ne ko ba bi no ontimi hu jai. Enye wo say ade na me ye na me yire me ho na epono no de aka ne nyina ye den ebiebie. E wo say okọ ni nkotodwa ni ma ode na ase ma na Nyankopon say ye Awurade adoma chede a odi ama me afa na ne mra so we de kakra bi a me koye ye no ade a mahu na ebro ma adwene me ntia ase so. It's not about say enipa na oni na koye adwuma no all of a sudden obema owiase nipa nyina ayi watamfo na nipa no there be it's very wrong. She nipa dodo as Stonebwoy eni o mayenyo. Ask yourself, say, I didn't think that there be a Stonebwoy no before for you. Because now too much at the end of media dom no. Any papa couldn't mean containing. I was so BM. Not done a blessing, and the whole aviation portfolio. I do much at the end of media dom no. And yes, Stonebwoy now walk to attack by force and how be how. And you're very wrong. Very, very wrong. Me say Kwame Dadzie. My respected Kwame Dadzie any too much. Or say ukoye asade na epru ni bie ye no portfolio na koso che ho ka hu be ye hu ka portfolio tikasa wate me ya o case no me sha chinchina twan ya dan for one with the metro no there be portfolio a weak vibe you the oye no Accra for ni nyina omo sro me ka no kra kire omo je Kumasi ne Kumasi Stonebwoy boy de oye nyase bia wan hwe be ka say you obi ya o enye obi aya ba portfolio empempenso no ene se de nyame asi akira no ebia wunya hu portfolio I was so who say Ghana enye is say unya bibia obi be show love o. Me before God and man, me cannot crash all. Ghana. Ye celebrities no. It be a top 10 for no. Unye bibia no afa content. No they are to the page. Make my so mo bet my yes ade na ma no. Omu nu be 2 or 3. E Ghana. Ghana answer na bo say celebrity bi ani mo do pa afa content and afa bibia post no. Just say who be special na say why ye bibia man so special. And with the portfolio, Stonebwoy be a muma no. The na koso ye say so kwashe dem na wo da form. Na wo da nyam yase say ye Awurade. Ade amatwen ya chepa ni enie. Ask yourself say, ye dan kwa na akoka Stonebwoy asem efa awards ne ho ne sa ne omanioma. Nyame ne wo hu nyame ne ma because o time na so. O time ankasa so. Ana wi ase say o time ne so a. Nyame na ne kire wo de ye. On say blessings no eba miracle eba nyoma mienu ye fra bibi miracle and ye fra bibi mirages one hwe ya ubehu mirages ne say eno ne miracle no portfolio baby awadri visa say utu kwan aba abrochire US UK France the whole world baby now portfolio baby awadri o pedigree a wo kɔ ne ma bia wadru sesei no saa nyoma no menya sure so obi betima ka to timu bi watra saa nyoma no 1 minute me a metie ye ne wo so pay invite aba Europe at 2 minutes and one say the company na ma invite because now no the whole Ghana ye nyina hu de obetima ye enu ti no allegiance chinchina etwan saa no menti ase I don't know where that thing is coming from. Kumasi papa Kumasi Kwame Dadzie on portfolio. Tie omo portfolio tie encrophobia. Tie encrophobi. Ma wani na ho. Tie encrophobi ma wani na ho. So far as Africa Kumasi ba no. Minim se wa adwene no mu do. But tie encrophobi. Hunyoma bi tentem. Because portfolio unim de ya Ghana. Ghana on. Ubetimi awo wiase talent nyina. But function. Ube no lie. Only musicians are more pure talent. pure music talent. Me person me bo bi adi. But Ghana passes here say you more 10 musicians so more pure talent. Pure no nya kwase talent o, nya by force talent o, more pure voice, pure talent. And you must say ya ho, o man survival. Now, ubo mu di kro bi anfo mo. Portfolio, ye space na da ho no. Se nyame e ton so aguso na se nyame ton so aguso no hu so hwa. Portfolio obedi ya o. Yeah. Obedi ya fucking. Kwame Dadzie wakasa ne papa. Wachire die ntia DJ Slim the other year was very wrong. Kwame Dadzie say sade na wo ye na pro ni bie ma wo no na nko so di siwa sasem na Kwame Dadzie timi kan ni kire wo no. Portfolio, I'm telling you say and only the biggest advisor ever since I started with entertainment journey wenya don't look down on that thing. I'm telling you, Portfolio me will be special. Shemiye me kasa me fan yagro. Sa asem na Kwame Dadzie ka kire wo ne no. Ne board rough. Emu ade ni mu du no. Asem na okan your san no. Emu du no. Also okan asem na bia, ma dwena asem no ho sa na am say no. Asem way I have to amplify it. Now I dwene sa baso. Portfolio who me video ya kwahye dem din ne kotie Kwame Dadzie part no ensem na oka kire one no Kwame Dadzie or experience fucking or a senior boy. Portfolio talent for Ghana, but ask yourself say obi yi ni ti o Ghana ye hu de be ye kwete wete sam ne pianist baby nipa no wo everything and so no obi ante nka oye bibi emfa. Portfolio nyame anema wadwene no ema wodwene stonebwoy ho anema wo kitimi keka sa no mani nyina bom de edi kan fa seda ne manyame de tosumienu se stonebwoy a show lover won se medikan won se de bia Portfolio man for no mani agro mag dikan ka tro se DJ Slim wa hold you down ye nyina ye di adanse empanimfo mpo se ewiase obi your papa wa how Slim will hold you down. Dear, Sabi, obini ni na so obini na down for beye no. Wa ye ni nyina ma. Bi bia no wa ubetima ko gina ba bia ka afa DJ Slim ho. Me dem me ye me contenter. I don't belong to any side. Inti me kind of cram me found. Obi te say Andy Dusty was show 100% love. And na crowd ka sem no o pa che say o cha me Kwame mu nyina ba mu because at the end how yet ase. But for two trim say we say obi your papa wa how. And unti sebe ya wo benya freedom na also de aye wadwuma because ewiase unyina obi ani said o si hu nyoma bi pempanimfo di wachi ene o cha me Kwame mokra no ono o cha me Kwame senior boy no so benya adam panimfo bi na koda obi ase obi a wahu se wa hold you down bia no from DJ Slim and the Dusty Stonebwoy uri obi a danase pempanimfo na monko mo na da o mu nyina ase na ka tro mu nyina ase now no wahu bi fufuro bi. And until you want to focus. Portfolio ne bra we chikakra ne be hye nyoma bi because nyame atonsu agu so but uye mistake portfolio unye kumasi ni ensema content we kame nye da I'm telling you but uye kumasi ni ntine ohu hiame no because empempenso na wadru no ye nyina ye fe ye de no ade and the Dusty to ade bi oje fancy ye de hwa ye ho ntia se ye die mu no eja allegiance sakasa no jifru wanum na nya afen wadi 15 years or say 18 years jifru ayen kola kasa allegiance loyalty no enye loyalty sem kra portfolio enye loyalty sem kra menye sa mistake no loyalty bi anu wiase especially Ghana entertainment opa be akwa loyalty sem anye Ghana entertainment industry portfolio I'm telling you Kwame Dadzie mun kan kra wo industry ni mun kire ye busa even and the Dusty na mu what one so tia sem and the Dusty kan e oso ne Shatawale case ni buy no ohun de course and one ne sa kamba mu wahu obu baby portfolio you careful money now ebetima ba say slim de obeye nyina kra on town because e bia wa hold you down oye kese a ope but ade na ha no enu ti no also oba abontin be twi wanim because ono who say bi na kwada no ne yaro no onti ase who say sa nyoma no wapa ho a the best way to do it na matrew no pempanimfo na kɔ ne nas ne kɔda na se e wo papa wa ye o no fa na no enhyira ne kɔ enye loyalty sem enye allegiance sem bia obenyansafo medafo all time me de Kwame Dadzie part no toa sa content we so unya time tie ensema Kwame Dadzie ka share portfolio deep guy deep. Thanks a million for being part of today's episode of the Bonah Show. Don't forget to subscribe and be part of this bigger family.
I was one of the people that sent Portfolio a message when I saw his rants on social media after DJ Slim's editorial.
He took after you, Kwame Dadzie.
And oh yeah. I understood how he felt. If your intention is not what is being echoed outside, you have a certain feeling. But I thought he was rather fanning the flame with a series of posts on Facebook, post after post. So I sent him a message, Charlie, maybe you could just delete them. But he didn't delete. I didn't know. Sometimes if you're not in the shoes of the person, you don't know why they're doing what they're doing. So there are times you also slow down with your advice and then let things flow naturally. So I allowed him to do whatever he would do. Now, DJ Slim's editorial, everything that he said in that editorial was on point. Everything. But the question is, was it the right medium? Considering the so-called loyalty, affiliation, relationship they've all been touting throughout this conversation. DJ Slim has been touting loyalty, relationship, portfolio same. Which means that beyond we seeing them as media people, they are connected in a way. So if you have that connection and something comes up within the same circles, do you resort to an editorial on your platform, or do you hit the person behind the scenes and tell him you should have done this way? Why didn't I write about my opinion, how I felt about portfolios run on social media? Why didn't I go on Facebook to write that? Because I also noticed that in as much as we are all in this media space, Portfolio has become closer, more like a brother to me than a colleague or somebody I don't know, somebody I don't have access to. If maybe Portfolio was a different person that I didn't know, I might just resort to Facebook to say, oh, I think what you're doing, you are getting too emotional or something. But I had his number, so I reached out to him personally. Even though he didn't heed the advice, I said my bit. Apart from that, Robert asked a question about whether it was right for Portfolio to have been in that studio at Angel. That is
both either ways, like both Angel and then
the Fache place.
Yeah, because he was working.
Okay.
So he was mandated.
So whether officially, formally, or informally, he works with these two media houses. Mm-hmm. And so he has a slot on Angel's show and a TV station as well, which means that he goes there to work, and they know him as somebody who comes there to work. Now, if he's come to work and he's paid for that,
yes. Therefore he's expected to deliver.
So if he comes in and there is somebody who is a guest who is not on good terms with Portfolio, and then the person's aide comes to tell Portfolio to go out, what are the people in charge of the station doing about that? The host, the producer.
Yep.
What control do they have over the show? Because it's just like we are part of Andy's show, all of us here. And then because one particular guest coming in has an issue with me, the person's aide tells me to get out. Do you think Mr. Hagler would agree to that, or even Andy Dottie would agree to that? So it also goes back to the whole system in there at the station. For them to have even allowed the Shatawale's road manager, to come tell Portfolio to get out. What was the impression? The person is part of the show. The only people who could have asked Portfolio to go out was the management or the producer or the host. So with that side, there is something wrong there. Now he goes back to another platform and it's his show. What do you mean, he's supposed to be there? Now, what is necessary is how he conducts himself on the show. We live in the same industry. And since I started this work about 15 years ago, I've had issues with so many people. From Okrekumanti to Shatawale to Bulldog, to a lot of them. But in the end, we patched up. We're still working together. How many times haven't you heard Walid insult my mother or myself on social media? But I still post his works. He did a donation recently in Kumasi. I did a story about it. I posted it. They'll come and insult me. I don't care. Brings me to your whole I'm doing my work as a journalist thing. There's a difference between you being a journalist or being journalistic and you be a loyalist or a fanatic. I want to know where you belong really, because if you want to exude the journalistic, features, I think you must stay clear of the fanatism side, because I think what is overtaking you now is that you are enjoying the fanaticism more than the journalistic thing. Mm-hmm. What you did for Stonebwoy at the TGMA was a fantastic journalistic work because you proved that with facts and figures. To me, I thought right after that you should have ended.
Ended what?
Ended his advocacy for Stonebwoy winning Artist of the Year. But you extended it, and there is nothing wrong with that. You can have a cordial relationship with artists, whoever that you want. But the moment it comes out, you create the impression that you are now part of the team or part of the camp. The moment you keep saying, I owe an allegiance to that particular artist, you are drifting from being a journalist to being a fanatic or a team member or a PR or something like that. Right. Some of us here, we have relationships with a lot of artists. There are some we do things for them behind the scenes. Sometimes you write a story for some, they send them to different websites to publish. Why don't we come out to say, oh, I owe an allegiance to this one, that one, that one, that one. There is nothing wrong having that good rapport with all these musicians. Today, if Wally comes to tell me that I should do a story for him, I will do. If he asks me to write a story, if I am writing the story, I will charge him. Because I am now writing. If he writes a story and sends to me to publish, I will publish. Or his manager sends me a story to publish, I'll publish. Or if I find a story newsworthy, progressive enough, I can go all out to do the publication without even thinking about reward or whatsoever. So I believe that what is worrying Portfolio now is he's struggling to find himself, where to belong, whether to belong to the fanatic side or to belong to the journalistic side. The moment you put on the beam tie, especially in that polarized environment, it is not like Empress Gifty and PCS style.
It's true.
That side is not so polarized. So Adam Sancho Tome can be manager for Empress Gifty and still do stuff for PCA, and because that side is a bit mellow, it's a bit calm. But with the two arch rivals that we have, Shatawale and Stonebwoy, is just like NDC and MPP. So if people see you in a beam tie, especially on the background of your past relationship with Shatawale, then it creates the impression that this is somebody who is maybe trying to ride on the personalities, their vibe, and their hype, or something like that. But I want to land.
Right.
But that might not be the intention that you have. You just need to know how to position yourself well. If it is journalistic work you want to do, know the limits. How far should you go being
Objective.
a journalist, doing your work as a journalist? If you want to be a fanatic, if you want to be part of Stonebwoy's team, there is nothing wrong with that. But you should be prepared with whatever comes with it. Because don't forget, the moment you do that, those from the other side will not be cool with you, and you should accept it.
That's